Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flight Podcast. My name is Jacob Shanker.
And I'm Andrew Thomas.
Shut up and sit down.
The NFL playoff championship games have concluded, and the Super Bowl matchup is now set. Today, we're going to be going over the games that were played today, the Super Bowl predictions that we have, and some trades that may happen sooner than later, probably soon. So let's start off with the reactions to the NFC championship, which was the Packers losing to the Buccaneers. Disappointing for
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to the Super Bowl again. It's just sad.
It is. It's really sad. I mean, I thought we were going to see Aaron Rodgers once again get there, and I honestly thought they were going to win it this year. I really thought it was Aaron Rodgers' year once again, but he lost once again in the NFC championship, and he will not be able to win it. I mean, the Bucs put up a fight, especially in that first half. Tom Brady just went bonkers in that first half, pretty much throwing the 3 touchdowns. But then towards the second half, that offense was
Yeah.
kind of
The offense was really bad.
it
really,
was
really
bad.
bad.
They just got lucky that the Packers offense was not better in the second half. I mean, it was better than it was in the first half, but not much better. I mean, Tom Brady threw the 3 interceptions in the second half, and I mean, he was able to come up clutch by making some good plays. And I mean, but really, this game it was just 2 things: the Packers defense just sucking and doing terrible calls, stupid flags getting thrown because the Packers are doing dumb things, and the other thing is I love Aaron Rodgers, but a lot of the plays he did were not smart.
He should have gone for it when they were at 3rd and 8. Should have gone on 4th and 8, and then in the goal.
Yeah, I mean that one play where they were right by the goal line. Aaron Rodgers was running up the ball. He had an opportunity to run down and get a touchdown and get a rushing touchdown because it was wide open. There was nobody there, but he chose to last second throw it to Devontae Adams, who was triple covered, and it just didn't make sense. If you have the lane wide open to run it to get a touchdown, why not go for it? Why do you have to?
Just like even like he's old, he's slow, but he'd probably get there.
He can still run. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty also back in the day he was a good rusher for a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if he died for it, he could have 100% done it.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the plays in this game, though, in particular, it was more or less just him forcing plays. I felt like he was forcing the ball to Devontae Adams when it wasn't the right play, forcing it to Robert Tonyan. A lot of the time, it was just not as smart plays that he should have been making.
Yeah, it was disappointing for that.
Right? I mean, Devontae Adams had 9 receptions, but only for 67 yards. He normally averages 17 yards per reception. In this game, he averaged 7.
He got a touchdown pass, but like that's not the point.
He is, but that's not the point. They need to make the right plays to get him better yardage because he was the best wide receiver this season.
100%.
He's one of the best.
Pro guarantee.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the league. They just didn't utilize him as well. But
yeah.
I mean,
it's disappointing to see the Packers season end so soon. Like it's the NFC Championship, but it just feels really soon. I wanted them to win the Super Bowl. I thought they would have.
Yeah, I mean, this really just shows, and even more continues to show why Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. Right? I mean, everyone thought that him leaving the Patriots was a stupid idea. Going to the Bucs, who they had a chance of making the playoffs, it was on the iffy end on if they were even going to make it, and now they're going to the Super Bowl for his 10th Super Bowl, which is just crazy. Absolutely insane. I mean, in his first year with the Bucs making it to the Super Bowl, I mean, it shows why he's the GOAT. And like for me, I know I've said this a bunch of times to Andrew, but I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers is the best pure quarterback because of his passing. He gets the yardage, he gets the touchdowns on low interceptions and great completion.
Yep.
That's why I
He's not the
think,
GOAT, but he's the best pure quarterback.
yes, the reason he's not the GOAT is because of two
Joey needs
things.
to win championships. Like MJ
Exactly.
has more than LeBron.
But that's not, but also the clutchness. That's another
Yeah.
thing. Being able to close out games with what you're given. Tom Brady is able to do a lot with what he is given. Even if he's not given as much, he can still do a lot. And we've seen it time and time again, right? Making that Rams defense collapse when he was playing. Even though it wasn't that good of a Super Bowl, he was still able to play a game against the best defense in the league at the time. Against the Falcons, having that huge comeback, one of the biggest
Best
comebacks.
comeback in NFL history.
Yeah, the best comeback, and completely winning that game and coming up so clutch. And here, even in this
Ridiculous.
game, even though at the beginning of the second half he had a very slow start, the end of the second half he was really able to pull through, making the right plays and getting the defense to really screw up more or less.
Yeah, that Packers defense needs to be improved.
It really does. It's overall, I think the coaching, it also needs to work on that. That's a big thing. The defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But that's something that Green Bay could do because, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers, right? I mean, he was saying that a lot, like, nobody knows what's going to happen in the future for a lot of the players on the team, because this was really like the year. If it was any year that the Packers had a chance to win it, it was going to be this year. Devontae Adams coming off his best season, Aaron Rodgers coming off one of his best seasons, just the Packers doing phenomenal.
Yeah, they were great. Evan Lazard, Robert Tonyan. Robert Tonyan was a great tight end this year.
Robert Tonyan was. I think he was a top 5 tight end this year.
In my opinion, I agree with you.
Right? But
Yep.
Yeah, all right, let's go on to the AFC Championship, which, I mean, it wasn't that surprising, but what do you think, Andrew?
I was rooting for the Bills. Well, now I was rooting for the Bills because I found out that Tyreek Hill beats his kids. I didn't know that. So, but yeah, I was rooting for the Buffalo Bills also because my mom went to Buffalo University for a year. But yeah, the Chiefs finished business. Travis Kelce had a monster game. Tyreek Hill had a monster game. He's being a monster on and off the field. Monster to his kids and a monster on the field. But
Yeah.
but Mahomes finished pretty well. 3 touchdowns, a lot of yards, 325. And the Bills were slightly disappointing. Stephon Diggs was more disappointing. I thought he should have had a much better game. He had I think it was 3 receptions until the first half, the second half, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was just disappointing. Cole Beasley did show out, doing much better than he usually does. And Josh Allen also led the Buffalo Bills in rushing yards. So what can you say?
I mean, it was just I just expected that Bills offense to do better. I knew that the Chiefs offense was going to do great. Everyone knew that they were going to do great, but I just expected the Bills to do better. I mean, Josh Allen, a lot of the time, I don't know why he's doing this, but I'm like, he takes the worst sacks I've ever seen in a quarterback. He'll go so far back. He'll go like 20 yards back to try and get out of the
Indecisive and
pocket.
also just
Yeah.
disappointing.
Instead of just throwing the ball out, he'll just get sacked 20 yards back from where they were. So now you're second and 20, second and 30. Like what is going on?
Terrible.
Why is he doing that? Throw the ball out, do something, spike the ball, anything so you don't have to have a huge down.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard.
It really doesn't make sense. I mean, also,
No.
I think that the Chiefs did a really good job at being able to cover Stephon Diggs because everyone knew that the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs connection would have been the top thing to watch, and everyone knew that it was going to be a huge thing in this game. So the Chiefs and the Chiefs defensive coordinator being able to make sure that they are able to have good coverage on Stephon Diggs was really good because they just in general on all their wide receivers, they were able to cover them really well. So
yeah, they did really good.
yeah, and even on the rushing end, like you said, Josh Allen was the best rusher on his entire team. So being able to pretty much watched the wide receiver core collapse. Not collapse, but not do as well. But definitely that rushing core collapse completely is something that the Chiefs defense did really well.
Yeah, the Chiefs defense locked down that Bills offense.
Yeah,
They did
I
good.
mean, Patrick Mahomes, just
Yeah,
another
Patrick Mahomes.
regular game for him. That's pretty much all it was,
Yeah,
right?
disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's going to be a great matchup in the Super Bowl.
Yep, it will. Speaking of the Super Bowl, we're gonna head on to our predictions now. And I think mine is pretty clear cut. I think everyone knows that I have the right prediction, and I think you know I have the right prediction too. And I hope that your prediction is the same as mine.
I think
So
it
I'm
is.
picking the Chiefs. This is
I'm
pretty
picking the
obvious. I
Chiefs.
think it's going to be more than 10. I think it's going to be a bad Super Bowl. Hopefully not a blowout. I want to see a good game not next Sunday, but Sunday after that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Chiefs as well. But honestly, I'm still not betting against Tom Brady and the Bucks. I
I'm not
will
betting
not.
against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
No, I think the Chiefs are going to win. That's why I'm saying you have the Bucks being the underdogs, but I'm not going to say that I'm 100% think it's the Chiefs. I'm very certain the Chiefs will win, but I'm not 100% in on it because of Tom Brady and how he was playing. Don't forget when the Chiefs and the Bucks played against each other, the Chiefs only won by 3. They had a hell of a first half and a terrible second half.
No,
So it was
I guess.
very big for them. So I think it's going to be a close game because it's going to be pretty much just offenses. But I think the Chiefs are going to be able to come out on top because of Patrick Mahomes and how good he's been. Which
Yep. Yeah.
brings us
I agree. I think Mahomes is going to do good.
Yeah, which brings us to the Super Bowl MVP predictions, which since we both have the Chiefs winning, I'm going to assume we both have the same person, Patrick Mahomes winning the Super Bowl MVP.
I have Patrick Mahomes too. I'm not going to rule out Travis Kelce or Tyreek. No, I'll leave Tyreek Hill out. I'm not ruling out Travis Kelce for the fact that he's probably going to get a ton of catches.
He probably will, but it's not going to be like I don't think it'll be enough to get the Super Bowl MVP. It will probably.
Well, look at what happened to Julian Edelman and LA Rams.
Well, yeah, but he got the entire thing, right? Tom Brady didn't do as much. I mean, unless Travis Kelce gets all the receptions, which is very unlikely because of their wide receiver core, because he's gonna pass it out to Hartman or Tyreek Hill or anybody.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not ruling out Travis Kelce though, no matter what.
Yeah, but if the Bucks do somehow win, it will 100% be Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl MVP.
100%. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
So, moving on from the Super Bowl and the playoffs, we're going to go to a team that missed the playoffs this year. Deshaun Watson, trade rumors. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to let you start on this one.
Deshaun Watson. Well, now we know that he wants to leave Houston. We know that's something
Thank goodness
that he wants to do. Yeah, exactly. Thank goodness, because he needs to leave that team. They were terrible. He was the only reason that they got those couple of wins.
They would have been probably 0-16, 1-15, or 2-14 if he wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, he was without a doubt probably the third best quarterback this season.
Yes.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, I still think he's even just watching him, he's probably, in my opinion, still a top 3 quarterback. Not even just this season, just what he's been. I think he's still the third best quarterback because obviously Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are the top 2.
Yep.
And it's Deshaun Watson because of like that Tom Brady thing I was saying. Deshaun Watson can be able to utilize his team so well and just do so well with what he's given. Right? There are very few players that can do that well, and he is one of those players. He's one of the best that can do it in NFL history.
Yeah.
So
he's good.
Yeah, so I mean, just doing that. But back onto the trades. Now we're looking at some of the teams that he is wanting to go to because we have to be realistic with where he wants to go to. I mean, obviously, there's probably a bunch of teams that he wants to go to, like the Colts.
There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to put up a lot of offers.
Yes, but the thing is that Deshaun Watson has a huge price, right? They are saying that he is worth 3 first-round picks and possibly something else, which I would not be surprised. But I know that the Texans are going to want a high pick in this first round in the upcoming draft.
Yeah, he's got great value.
So we've been looking at everything, and Deshaun Watson has pretty much come out with the top teams that reasonably where he could go to, and those have been the Jets, the Jaguars, and the Dolphins. Because all of them pretty much have very high picks. Besides
He's being realistic, but they suck.
But yes, the Dolphins would be good, but the reason that I think they were just good this year is obviously because of that defense.
Yep.
Because the defense is one of the best in the league. The offense was not good.
And if Deshaun Watson got there, oh boy.
I mean, they would be much better. They would be a playoff team, but they really don't have a wide receiver core. I mean, none of those teams.
They have Devontae Parker. They have Mike Gesicki, but
yeah, but it's nothing like great. But I mean, if there's any team that I would want to see him on out of those three, it would probably be the Dolphins, because he would make the playoffs with that team, because the Jets and the Jaguars won't have even with Deshaun Watson, it would pretty much be the same thing of him going from the Texans to the Jets. It would not matter. It would be the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. 100%.
If the Texans can somehow get Deshaun Watson to the Dolphins, even if it's for like Tua or something, the Dolphins should do that. They 100% should do that.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. If the Dolphins can get Deshaun Watson, get him. Just do it.
Yeah. But the other top player, which we now know wants to leave his team, is Matthew Stafford, who has been with the Lions for a very long time and has come to realize
Too long.
It's time to leave. It's time to move on. They have nothing on that team.
Nothing.
And
literally nothing. How did Matthew Stafford even get 5 wins? Because he's Matthew Stafford. It's not because the Lions. Well, the Lions are so good. Detroit. Yeah, we love Detroit. Matthew Stafford was the reason that you got 5 wins.
Yeah.
He was great.
It's not even like that the wide receivers were bad, or even that Matthew Stafford was bad. They have Kenny Golladay, but he was injured a lot. They also have Marvin Jones Jr., who's also, I feel like, pretty underrated. And they also have DeAndre Swift, who I felt like was also very underrated this season.
Yes. But he was injured for a good amount.
Yeah. But the problems with this team is the defense and the offensive line. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a defense. And it was showing because they were sucked this year, and it cost them many, many games. And Matthew Stafford, one of the teams that he was saying that he wants to go to is the Colts. And I think it would be a perfect fit for him.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And I'm saying that if he goes there, the Colts are Super Bowl contenders. Because Matthew Stafford, we can't forget, I think he's a top 10 quarterback.
I think so too.
In the league. And if he goes to the Colts, he can propel back into the top 10, because in our original top 10 quarterbacks list, which was episode 3, that was a long time ago.
That was a long.
I had him at number 9. I think we both have him in our top 10.
Yeah, I had him in my top 10. I'm not sure if I had him at 9 or 8, but he was definitely in there. And he obviously has the potential to get back there. It's just being able to perform at that level again. Yep. And if he goes to the Colts, he's going to be surrounded by guys where he can do that. T.Y. Hilton, Jonathan Taylor, who came off a monster season and is going to have another monster season. And
Hines.
Yeah, so
another good running back.
Yeah, so you're going from a team that already had good players that Matthew Stafford could throw to another team that has good players to throw to, on top of one of the best defenses in the league.
100% one of. I think it's a top 3, maybe even top 2.
Yeah, and one of the best offensive lines in the league. So he's pretty much upgrading in everything that the Lions don't have.
And Phillip Rivers, he was not a great quarterback. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. Matthew Stafford is a massive upgrade. The Super Bowl contenders have just added a team to their list.
Yeah. They'll finally be able to have that piece to really get through and to make a big run in the playoffs for once in a long time.
Yeah.
Since those Peyton Manning days, for once in a long time.
Yep, and also Matthew Stafford going on without Calvin Johnson finally. Maybe he'll finally make the playoffs without him.
Hopefully we can see him back there. I mean, being able to see him with a ring, I think nice. I think it's very unlikely though, because this is Patrick Mahomes' league, and it's pretty much clear at this point. But it would be very interesting to see Matthew Stafford against Patrick Mahomes.
That would be ridiculous. I think it would be awesome.
That really would be. That's all for today, everyone.
Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts were on the topics we talked about the NFL.
Tune into the next episode on Friday. See you guys next time.